Welcome back to another episode of Reality Court. My name is Ace Fanning, host of the Sister Wives podcast. Love should be multiplied, not divided. And I was recently told that my colors are all wrong. So here I am wearing an obnoxiously bright, disgusting color in hopes that people will tell me I am beautiful.
You're beautiful, and that is not obnoxiously bright. It's kind of a muted purple, and it actually looks really good on you.
No, it's disgusting. I hate it so much. But guys, that is my beautiful co-host whose colors, she can wear any color she wants.
No.
Ana Quincoces, former Real Housewife of Miami, author, chef, former attorney, still attorney, but just not practicing, you know. But
well,
yeah.
According to some people, I need to give it up with the lawyer thing.
Yeah.
Some random podcaster decided to come for me, and I didn't send for him, in the famous words of Kenya Moore.
Oh, well, I mean, we've had a couple people come for us. Well,
But that was different. That was different. In that situation, I discussed it first because I thought, and we'll talk about that later, the whole Jen Fessler situation.
Yeah.
That was something that was misconstrued. But out of the clear blue sky, I guess he does 20 segments a week or something.
Are we going to name him or no?
Oh, yes. It's some little guy from a show called Up and Adam. Somebody sent it to me, like a young guy.
Yeah.
And so he decided to show our video on his YouTube channel. I don't know if he has a podcast too. I don't know the story. And showed me talking about how I thought that PK kind of conned Dorit into filing for divorce first.
Right.
I stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they were married in May of the year of 2015. It turns out to be March. I explained that in California, that as a community property state, as opposed to an equitable distribution state, they count the date of separation as the date. So if they were separated before 10 years, then it's the same thing. However, if you wait too long, after you're separated to file for divorce and file for divorce in the 15th year, then that's going to be as a disadvantage for you in front of the eyes of the court, because it's going to look like the intent wasn't really to get divorced. But if shortly after you get separated, you file for divorce, even if it's right over the 10-year mark, and in this case it's 2 months, so it's really inconsequential, it is in all likelihood going to trigger, the community property aspect of a marriage, and he's going to have to give her half. So this guy just bashed me on his channel and said that, I needed to go back to law school, that I'm loud and didn't know what I was talking about. And then he doubled down by saying that I flopped going back to Real Housewives and everything else.
Somebody needs to tell her loud ass to shut. But girl, really shut up with that. Shut up. I didn't say it 5 times. Shut up. Even when you went on the Real Housewives of Miami and you tried to have some moment last season, it failed. You fell flat. You fell on your ass. It looks silly. And now you're speaking on something like it is so profound. Did you just want somebody to hand you a mic? You needed some podcast time? I'm confused. Ana?
So if he's such a good podcaster and he is such a good, because we have to really do a little bit of research when we do our stuff. We admit that we do no research, but he claims
minimal,
to know
minimal.
what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He would know that I shared the text messages from the producers, that the reason that they showed me all quiet was because the subject matter that I discussed was too dark for Bravo. By the way, note to everybody, change your settings on your phone to keeping your text messages at least for 1 year or forever until you run out of space. You can do that. And that is why I was able to access those text messages. So he doesn't really even know what he's talking about. Furthermore, he
She's pissed. She is not happy.
I am pissed. Furthermore, he does this thing on his podcast at the beginning of every episode. He sells this device. I don't know what kind of device it is, but it is exactly this one for 10 times what you pay for it. And I am going to share with you. You go to Temu And these devices, they are great. I've been using it for a year. I paid $9.99. I think he's paying it for 10 times that. So he said that I should consider going back to law school, and I think he should consider going back to business school. Oh, wait, he didn't go to business school. Anyway, look out. I'm not making any money on this. It is great. Go to Temu. Don't spend 10 times the money on somebody that's 12 years old on YouTube, but you can get it for $10. Well, we interrupt this program to bring you something I anticipate Mr. Adam is going to say. He is going to say that the device that I've been showing you the whole time is not exactly like his. Essentially, it is the same product. It does the same thing. I've had mine for a year, but I do want you to see that his product, the very same product, except for the branding part of it, is available on Shein for $15 and change. It is also available on eBay for about $23. It is also available if you want it by tomorrow and don't want to order it from China. You can get it from Amazon. You can actually get it from Amazon for $24. And I believe there's a 30% off coupon right now, so take advantage of that. And if you happen to be in the UK, there is also for $19.99 or 19.99 euros, I suppose, you can get it in the UK. So take advantage of that because it is, I admit, a good product. But I don't believe that it's, $300 and you can get it for the low price of $99 on his podcast. So I wanted to say that.
It uses little microcurrents and they lift, illuminate, rejuvenate your skin, and they take the inflammation out. Normally, it's about $300. If you click on the link in the description or pinned in the comment section, you get $200 off.
Then the other thing I wanted to say is I didn't know who this person was, and I discovered, doing a little research, that Adam was the one who dragged Whitney Rose about her jewelry line and about the line being sourced from Alibaba, implying it was shady, that it was cheap. And I mean, hypocrisy much? So here is Adam's product, exactly the same, without the branding, available on Alibaba in 2 colors. He's offering just white. Here we have white and black. I also thought it was really funny that when this was all discussed on Watch What Happens Live, his whole situation with Whitney Rose and him bashing her jewelry line for being sourced from Alibaba, he said that the conversation, he clarified that the phone conversation was cleverly edited on the show. And I just find that rich, considering that he talks about me on Real Housewives of Miami and didn't even consider what I know he knows is that that too was cleverly edited. So just wanted to update you in case any of this came up, because I don't want to be back and forth with you, Adam, but just, don't be such a hypocrite, and I don't bother you, don't bother me.
Well, you know what? In today's day and age, now you're probably gonna have to pay $100 for it with our tariffs
Nope.
and everything.
Also, no tariffs on Temu if you go to the local section. You will pay $2.99 in shipping fees. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
This is the kind of news people are here for. Now,
That or research.
here's what I want you to know, or here's what I want you to tell me. Obviously, he talked about you. Did he say that, like, you're really hot co-host?
Oh, no. He's probably going to say, I'm
damn
old and I absolutely
Well,
am
no,
old.
I don't care about you. I'm saying, did he
Oh,
say
you,
I was
you're
hot?
the co-host. He said you're super hot if only you wore the right colors.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I'll take
so you're
that.
good
I'll
today.
take what I can get. Good.
And it's good
Thank you.
because he's going to show this as well. Thank you so much. This is Reality Court, Reality Court, Reality Court. Bravo,
Yes.
bravo, bravo.
Okay, well, you know what? Speaking of reality court and 2 co-hosts who hang out together, we had a situation kind of happen with Jen Fessler, not with Jen Fessler, but about Jen Fessler, and it caused a little bit of a scat going on Instagram and everywhere else.
Really,
But
bloggers and everything picked it up. Yeah.
let me say something really quick, because in all of this,
It's your fault.
no, it's not. First of
No,
all,
it's
it was
not.
your question.
It was my idea.
But that's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is I had just said on my podcast, I was like, it's really cool because now I feel like someone like Jen Fessler would know who I am. I said probably not off the top of her head, but if you
She
said,
adores you.
do you know Ace Fanning? She'd be like, I think so. Yeah, I think I've talked to him before. That was really cool for me. But then when she made her video, she said, I did a podcast with Ana Q. Oh,
But
okay.
I've spoken to her a lot, and she tells me she loves you so much.
Oh,
So
yeah?
I love Ace. I love Ace. She knows exactly who you are. But, Ana Q maybe gets people's blood boiling a little more. It's like, tell her to shut up. She flopped when she did a cameo. It's like, can somebody come up with some new material, please?
New material, please.
Really,
Talk
we need
about
some
when
new
she
material.
got arrested
Absolutely.
with the roaches.
There is a mugshot, guys. Little Adam, there's a mugshot. Post it. Please
Why didn't
post
we
it.
use your mugshot as the cover for Reality
did?
Court?
Oh, well, because you're not in it. You have to get a mugshot, and then we have 2 mugshots. Or you can, fake a mugshot,
Okay.
and then it'll be our new, for sure. I'll do it.
Okay.
So,
is your makeup running in yours? Maybe I'll have my makeup running down my
Yeah,
face.
a
like
little
I've been
bit.
crying.
Like mascara, a little bit black under my eyes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Now, again, back to the Jen Fessler of it all. We've got other people who apparently don't have a sense of humor. When Jen Fessler was talking about coming back to Real Housewives of New Jersey, and what irritated me so much about this situation, people went out there on their podcast and they were like, honestly, do you not think Jen Fessler is so desperate? Seriously, it is so crazy to me. It's gross. I feel like she's ew, so gross. And she's a flip flopper, and she's it's just
talk like
gross.
that.
I know.
had never listened. I had never listened to that podcast.
And this is coming from someone whose voice is extremely annoying. I know. I'm basically a valley girl myself, but it was crazy that people just must have skipped over the rest of the episode and just went to that part
did.
because we were joking the entire time about who Jen Fessler is and about her role on Real Housewives of New Jersey. And some people just aren't funny.
They aren't funny. They don't get it. And honestly, the truth is that some people are also lazy because if you're going
that's
to
us too.
talk about, but you know what? For example, before I said anything about this little guy, if you haven't seen this device, it's great. $10 on Temu, no tariffs.
$2.99 shipping. $2.99 shipping.
I actually listened to his whole 20-minute segment about me before
Again,
I
it's just
made
about
this
Anna.
decision to go to, to kind of share this information with you guys, but they didn't listen to the episode. And honestly, in Jen Fessler's defense, there's things that we say over and over again. Number one, people are offended that I ask if Kyle has gone down on Morgan. It's one of our things. In fact, we're going to put it on merch. Okay?
Oh, I like that.
That's what's going to happen. Also,
Maybe Kyle could be in a
Ace-
split.
Yeah. Ace has said repeatedly that he is not interested in seeing. He loves children. He's a dad. He wants as many children as possible. But he doesn't want to see people searching for a new nanny or that kind of thing on Housewives.
That was the other thing. They're like,
He
she's
wants-
throwing shade at Rachel Feuds.
Right.
It's
You said you wanted to see middle-aged women or older
Yes.
women drunk falling into bushes.
And here's how I
That
knew
is
I
where that
couldn't
came from.
trust them. I knew I
Right.
couldn't trust these girls because they were like, I like seeing younger women on these shows. And I was just like, what? Really?
Well, listen.
Are you watching the new New York? Are you really wow, this is so intriguing?
This
No.
part, I don't know for sure, but from some of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, my
Mm-hmm.
understanding is that they have one channel, and they are Teresa apologists. We don't have a problem with Teresa, but
Yeah.
it's about Teresa, and it's about Teresa, and the whole thing is about New Jersey and Teresa. So I don't know what they're going to do if New Jersey doesn't come back, and yeah.
Gotcha.
And I guess their followers are called cousins.
Oh.
They're cousins. So, I don't know. We might help them with that.
Our
At least we
followers
have
are
trash
also
bags
called
and
cousins because
called
we
judgy jurors.
incest here. You
Well,
and I, we do incest, mother and father, or mother and son porn, stepmama.
Yeah, we do. We do
It's my
because I'm
step-
so attracted to you.
Because it's a sexual tension in the room. Oh my God. Well, Ana, how was your weekend besides finding out about Mr. Timu and his face products and
Yes, there's
dealing
little
with?
microcurrents. It has microcurrents that helps lift.
Oh, people were
Good.
talking about you in my podcast group, and they were like, why do people talk about her touching her face? Like, she's so fucking gorgeous. Like, everyone was talking about how gorgeous you are and stuff. So
I love your trash bags. Like, love
they're
them.
the best people.
By the way,
you know?
I did Emily's colors.
Yes.
She's always been wearing the right colors.
Good. I'm
there
happy
you
to
go.
hear so. Good.
I have to send her the makeup stuff, but she's not a big makeup person, but I have to finish
Wow,
it.
look at you just taking care of the babysitter and everything.
She's so great.
You're the best. Anyways,
so,
how was your weekend?
My weekend was unexpected. I'm in Florida. I don't have a look. I came into a little room and created a space that didn't have an echo,
Thank you.
and didn't wear super dark eyeshadow, but maybe I did. I don't know. And so this weekend, I knew Kelly was going to be in town, and she knew I was going to be in town. So we were going to get together today to go for Cinco de Mayo, and we were going to have some tacos and tequila and whatever. But she called me and said, hey, we're going with my friend Rachel Uchitel and her fiance out on the boat all day, and then going to watch the Kentucky Derby in Jupiter. We're near Palm Beach, so it all makes sense. Rachel got on the phone, invited me, and it was really, really a nice day.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
Now, for those of you who don't know Rachel, you could tell that is Tiger Woods' former mistress.
Yes.
She's done so much more with her life, but that's
She
kind
does.
of where you might
She
know
does.
her.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know that about her. I actually
Oh, God.
no, I know. I'm such an idiot. But I liked her a lot. Her fiance is very nice. We had a great, great day. Started really early, and I was exhausted because I don't party like I used to. I had one mimosa and passed out on the boat for like 30 minutes.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Because I had just driven to Florida the day before and got here like at midnight. So
Yeah.
anyway, before
Nothing to do with your age.
Nothing
Just,
to do with my age.
No.
Before anybody, comes for me about Kelly Dodd, let me just give you first of all, I enjoy Kelly. I do. A lot of people, got mad at us for having her on the podcast. I enjoy both of them. Ken does too. I find her to be pretty harmless. Given that I have not listened to her podcast, I've listened to little snippets here and there. I've never discussed politics with her, but what I find her, which is different from other girls, is that she is very inclusive. She's not jealous of anybody else. She praises other women for real. And she's like a little kid. She has fun all the time. I've never seen anybody that's always happy. And that's kind of like a breath of fresh air to me. I, haven't known her that long, but from what I've seen right now, she's really a lot of fun. And I only see her talking good things about people.
I think more importantly than that, did you ask Rachel Uchitel about Tiger? Like,
Oh, I didn't.
well,
I
what
thought,
a waste of a
but
trip.
next time.
Anna, I feel like you forget that you're a journalist. I feel
know,
like you
I
forget
know.
that you're there for the important, hard-hitting stories. I appreciate that you're making friends and you're doing all this fun stuff, but like, your job is also to get the intel that I would never be able to get,
Right.
Rachel Uchitel, Kelly Dodd, they're not inviting me to Jupiter. Never even heard of Jupiter.
Met you. That's because
But
I haven't met you.
I'm
It's
just
a planet.
saying.
It's a planet.
Well, that's when you said Jupiter. I was like, what the fuck is she saying? But, those are like, that's important questions.
Yeah, I want to say that he was
He's
probably
hung.
hung like a horse.
Yeah.
Her new man. Oh man, I'm gonna get in so much trouble with Ken.
That's
for
okay.
this. Her new man is very tall. Very,
Yeah.
I think he's an ex-NFL player, something like that.
So
And
kind of built like me.
You built exactly like you.
Yes.
And I did not look at his crotch. I swear I didn't. But he had big feet.
Okay.
And I just don't see her, even though she's very thin, very in shape, very whatever, I just don't think that she would go for like a micro penis. I just think she has standards.
I know, but I will say this, that sometimes like the fame, the money can outweigh the micro penis, like when it comes to
Right.
Tiger Woods. You know, it's like,
Oh,
well, you're
okay.
Tiger Woods, you know? So it's
Right.
like, you could have a micro penis and no one's going to care.
Right.
But
Have you ever heard that?
no.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No.
Well, don't start making shit up. I'm the only one that can make shit up here.
Okay. Do you remember when she took that, his wife took the golf club to his car?
Oh my God. Like
That was-
the Carrie Underwood song?
Yeah.
This is a bat, but they're more
It was a golf club
classy
to
with a
his car.
capital
I was
K.
in high school when it happened, and I just remember being like, God, I feel alive. I feel alive right now. You know, I love a scandal.
Really?
Yeah, I
You
feel
know
like
that I
Tiger
don't
Woods was one of those times where, you know, America came together.
Did
It
that
really did.
did that relationship go on for a long time, like him and Rachel?
Great question. I don't
Yeah,
I don't know the
either.
actual
It
details.
didn't come up at all.
Oh my God.
I know. She seems really happy with her guy, and they seem
Who
like a great
cares? I
couple,
don't care if
and
she's
know.
happy. You should have been asking better questions.
I am gonna next time I see her, I'm gonna ask her.
Next
or you
time,
know what?
wear
I'm
an
gonna invite her on our
AirPod.
podcast. I'm
Put
gonna
an
invite her on our
AirPod in, and I will tell you what to ask people.
You know what the funniest thing is? That I believe she would tell me.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no
I mean, she's
doubt.
talked about it. She's talked about it on other podcasts.
Then I'm gonna call her.
Well, she's not talking about Tiger Woods' penis, but
I know, but I'll ask her.
Okay.
I'll ask her and see if she gives me some information. I feel bad that I failed. I failed when in what was entertainment, but should also be a mission for reality court. Everything is a mission for reality court.
yes, yeah. You just
Ace.
here's the thing.
I'm gonna get wrinkled. I'm gonna get wrinkled. Now
You
to my
are
facelift.
still trying to find your footing as a journalist. You know, it's hard. Being a journalist is hard. But it's a around the clock job. We're like, you know, other people like. Oh my God. I was gonna say that we're like hospital staff, but have you
hospital
watched
staff?
The Pit?
I started to, and I need to, because I was watching The Resident.
Oh, I don't know what that is,
But
but
it's the same thing, but it's
the
like
Pit, no, it's not, because the
Pit
Pit
is the ER only.
is so good. I am obsessed with it. We've watched 10 episodes in like a day and a half, and I don't ever want to stop. Like, I'm mad that I'm sitting here right now because I could be watching The Pit.
No, you can't be mad because you're talking to me and
That's
have a lot
true.
of built up anger and frustration this morning.
Okay.
And,
Well,
you know.
I just really wish that I was watching The Pit. It is
Yeah.
such a good show. But the only problem is that I've had a couple of bouts while watching it. So,
Oh, really?
yes, I at one point I had a UTI.
yeah.
At one point my finger didn't get cut off, but it felt like it did. It felt like
You
my
had
finger
like
had
a
been cut off.
phantom finger or not,
Yep.
or a phantom amputation.
I got phantom fingered. Yes. I got phantom fingered. I've had like alcohol poisoning. I've never drank before, but it's the only problem with the show is I tend to take on the diagnoses
Yeah.
onto myself. So
But by the end of the show, are you certain you have it, or have you been cured miraculously?
well, the thing is I've usually moved on to another illness.
Oh, okay.
So I
Well, that's good.
forgot that my liver's failing, and I've moved on to the fact that there's amoebas in my brain.
So I think it's probably a good idea. And I need to watch that show because that's so up my alley. But I think I would look at the description of the episode and start with the most, the worst illness, the one that is completely fatal,
No,
and then
but here's
end
the
up
thing.
with something that's curable.
The show is so good because it is
All incurable.
it's 15 episodes, and those 15 episodes happen all in one day at the ER. So you have to you can't skip around. Like, it's like boom, 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 and that's why you don't stop watching, because you're just like, holy shit! Like, I got to know what's happening in the next hour. The first hour there at the ER, it was like so much happened. I was like, holy shit! And
It's chaos in an ER.
And people said that they watched this and they're like, this feels very accurate to what it's like at an ER. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
God.
It is.
One
It is.
point,
I've had
rats
friends-
jumped out of a homeless man, and they've
my
not
God.
found them still to this point in episode 10.
Inside of a homeless man or inside his clothes?
Inside his well, maybe one came out of him. I don't know.
Guys, let me tell you, I got some other bad news, and I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to investigate it. I am
Okay.
not. This is all allegedly, blah, blah, blah. That somebody was eating at Cheesecake Factory. I love Cheesecake Factory. Do you
that
have Cheesecake
brown
Factory?
bread.
I love Cheesecake Factory. And then a mouse fell from a lamp onto their table.
Here's the thing, thing, though. It's like, has nobody seen Ratatouille? You know, like, that was the chef. You said compliments to the chef, and he jumped in. You know, that was just Mr. Ratatouille.
If anybody ever wonders if Ace is just naturally like he had no idea, because I just thought about it right now. Mm-hmm. And how do you come up with this shit?
What a beautiful. Thank you.
Really, how do you come up with this shit?
I
have
disturbed.
to print shit out, even though I didn't print out anything today.
You probably don't have a printer where you're at.
I do have a printer, but I'm on a bed with like a little Chinese. It's like totally makeshift.
See, she wanted to talk to me from the bed because right after she's going to go on a squirt fest.
Oh my God, Caitlin, I'm so sorry. I know you know him, and it's not.
Do you think that I would look cool with more tattoos? Do you think I could pull off tattoos?
I think you'd look more manly.
Okay.
But in order to look manly, I think you'd have to be like Machine Gun Kelly, look, or like get tattoos on, or like what's that guy, with the tattoos on his face?
I have no idea.
He has the big head, looks a little bit like Justin Timberlake.
Jelly Roll?
No, he has a little skinny body.
Oh, big head, skinny body. That doesn't narrow it down in Hollywood.
Whatever, okay.
That's honestly me. I have a big head, tiny body.
Right.
It's people often when I'm out and about, people are like,
tiny
"Is
body.
that Sutton? Is that Sutton Strack?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it is."
Poor Sutton. She's been talking about people talking that she missed leg day in PE her entire life. I feel badly that we've mocked her legs.
And I'm glad. Well, we didn't. We never said anything like that. But I know that we've heard other people talk about calling her stuff like chicken legs and stuff. It's people. Come on, have some decency. Have some respect.
We're not
Be
supposed
kind.
to attack people's looks.
No.
And you know, if
and
you have
especially
trouble
not
with your
ours.
looks, no, especially not ours. And if you have any trouble with your looks and you want to get rid of fine lines and wrinkles, go on Temu.
Yes.
By the way, I just threw myself under the bus because I sent one to Leah at Christmas because I wanted her to try it.
Oh,
it is
shoot.
Good. And now she knows it's $10.
You acted
Plus
like it was
$2.99.
expensive?
No, I didn't tell her anything. She doesn't care, but you know, I should have spent more than $10.
Well, you know what? It's this economy. You got to do what you got to do.
And she has everything.
Right. What do you get someone who has everything? You get them something $10.99 plus $2.99 shipping from Temu.
$9.99 plus $2.99. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I've had it for a year, so that's really...
I was trying to like up how much you spent on her, but whatever. It's fine.
You know what? I'm going to order you one and send it to you, Ace, because I think we should use it during our episodes to remind people that, you know, looking good doesn't have to cost a fortune, and you're worth it.
Yes, it's so worth it. It doesn't have to cost a fortune. Okay, so I want to apologize. Well, I don't want to apologize. I just kind of want to explain.
We need to apologize. We need to apologize.
Here's the thing. Did our episode last week absolutely bomb? Yes.
No, but it didn't. In numbers.
No. But it was, honestly, and I felt bad for everyone who was like, this was such a waste of time.
Yeah.
But I honestly felt like you and I were at our best. So I felt like we were like, well, nothing good's going to come from this, so we might as well just let it go off the rails.
Go for it. I just kept looking at you, and your face was like, I'm going to go through the screen and grab him by the neck. It's like, so do you have a boyfriend? I'm fine. Who says that? Like, it wasn't even
people
about
were like,
Sutton.
he's a class act. He's not going to throw housewives under the bus because he wants to work. I'm like, well, okay. Could he tell us about fucking around on Grindr? Like anything.
Resembling anything, right.
Goodness gracious.
Look, I do believe, and I've responded to some of our people on YouTube, that I do think that him and Sutton are, you know, at odds. And I do not believe, and this is not that he told me, I just... There's too much out there about it. And I think that he was probably just spoke to his lawyer right before he got on the show with us and was being completely cautious. Now, I will tell you, Avi, this is to you. When you're free to speak, if you go on anybody else's podcast before ours, I'm going to cut a bitch.
You owe us one.
Yeah, you owe us one.
Okay, yeah. Anna will send you something from Temu, $9.99 plus $2.99 shipping. Okay, she'll take care of you. But God, now some people said they were like, I could tell from Ace's face how he's feeling. And people have told me in my life, I do have a face with subtitles, unfortunately. So,
that's why I kept just saying shit. You would say stuff and I would back you up. And I was like, he's gonna look for him and hit him. You're gonna become the manliest you've ever been.
Hell yeah, you better watch out, baby.
You were not happy. You were not
No,
happy.
but what's so funny is in my head, I think that I'm like this.
You were,
but usually it's like this.
Right. The people who know you,
Yeah.
it's like, look, like I know you well enough already. Whenever, not today, because today I think you thought I had reason, but whenever I talk about Housewives and my experience and whatever, you're like, oh, gosh, there she goes again. And you humor me and let me do it. But I know. You think I don't know?
I don't think that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh,
and
okay.
it's okay.
Well, I don't.
It is fucking annoying, but it is also sucks that over and over I had to hear people say, A, that I got a DUI, and 2, that I bombed because I was afraid to speak when I fucking cleared the room. Guys, common sense.
Why didn't you should have set up your phone to record.
I did set up my phone to record.
Well, where's that?
I can't use it, Ace. They'll
Why?
sue me. They'll sue me. You cannot record. And I have a recording from somebody else that was there. The poet. There was a guy writing poetry, and there was somebody with him who recorded the whole thing. The problem is that you cannot show a recording that you were not authorized to record. You can't record people without letting them know you're recording them. And so...
I thought, in Arizona, you don't have to tell people you're recording them.
No, in Florida you do.
Oh.
In Florida you do. But
Okay,
I would love... You know what I'm going to do?
Well,
You know
what
I'm
if
gonna
you
do?
transcribed it?
It's the
That's not a
same thing.
recording.
No,
Oh.
it's not. But you know what would be good?
Yeah.
I want to take a polygraph.
Okay.
You know, and a polygraph, while it's not admissible, it's used very often because it is credible information. It's not, and a lot of people still use it, even though the other attorney's going to go, you know, this isn't admissible in Florida, but the judge already saw the results, so it's already out there.
Okay.
You know, and so it's a very good tool. Maybe I'll do that so that people once and for all know.
And
what
please
happened
record that. Don't leave us
there.
hanging
Oh no,
again.
that I can. That I can.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Speaking of Miami, our Real Housewives of Miami trailer has dropped. I am very excited,
Me
but I
too.
do have a bone to pick once again on why Kiki is not full time.
Yeah.
I was so excited to see her holding a mojito and seeing her in the cast photo because she's the most gorgeous one there. But we didn't get it again.
I know.
Instead, we still have Julia.
I know. I think there'll be a change. I think there'll be changes next season, but it looks good. I'm so excited for it.
I'm so excited that Dr. Nicole shows up, even for the one scene. It felt like someone.
Like the biggest mistake of her life.
What? No,
she shouldn't have done it.
It felt like somebody came in and like just brought us into their bosom for a minute. You know.
I love her, but she was better than that. She shouldn't have gone back on. No, I haven't seen it.
You're wrong.
Okay?
You're wrong.
Okay, maybe
You're
I'm
wrong.
wrong. I
You're
just
wrong.
wish,
You're
you
absolutely
know.
wrong.
Look,
Dr.
they
Nicole
did
can do
her
no wrong.
dirty.
She's a doctor.
The producers did her dirty by bringing on the ex-girlfriend. And then
I
now
know, but did you see how she talked about it?
Right, but that's kind of like the whole thing. It's like I would like her to stay above the fray and not even address it. I don't think it was a super significant relationship. I don't know. I wouldn't even compare myself. I think they're each different. I don't know. I just wish she wouldn't have done it, but that's just me. That
I'm glad she
probably has
did
to
it.
do with my experience too.
Dr. Nicole, if you're listening, I'm so glad you did it. Hey, when Miami comes back, can you get us Kiki on the show?
I can try.
Oh,
Maybe.
I love
You
her.
know, they don't. The thing is that Bravo doesn't like people to talk when the show is airing, so it has to be after. And you know, you can
Could
really
we do it before the show?
I don't think she would. I mean, maybe she would, but I don't know.
Damn it.
We'll see. I'll call Adriana and see if she'll come on. I know we're gonna have, and you better not back out Joanna Krupa. But
Is she coming on?
oh yeah, she said she would,
Okay.
and that I will show you the text messages. Let me tell you, she better come on. But she's going to be a lot of fun because she does not mince words and she doesn't hold back. You're going to have a lot of fun with her.
Now, you have some information coming out about Margaret Josephs and Danielle Staub and a couch. Can you tell me more about this?
You know, I don't know if this is true.
That's fine.
And we're also waiting to hear back from Danielle Staub because
I know when I saw this story, I was like, aren't we supposed to be like on her good side right now?
because I want her to explain this. And, you know, I don't really know her. And she's always been nice to me, and Margaret has always been nice to me. That I don't know what this rant is about. She says that Margaret stole her couch, that she owes people $200,000. She also spoke about Dolores, said that Dolores doesn't really is not as popular as people think because she doesn't really have the engagement. Something to that effect.
Well, wait, how can she not be as popular as people think if the people thinking she's popular make her popular? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't
Right,
know.
that doesn't
I think she's
track.
talking about, I don't know if she was talking about engagement on her social media or what. Look, I don't know. I do think that old housewives, and I don't mean old age-wise, former housewives, I should say.
Former
Housewives do have a lot of information that sometimes people don't want to get out. And then there's other housewives that simply make up shit to get in the news.
And you're the latter of the two.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
But I don't know which one she is. I can't make that judgment. And we'll see if she comes on and tells us about it.
True.
Two things can be
Arrested.
true.
Name change.
She was honestly, like, I don't know what we did to deserve Danielle Staub in the early seasons, but when she came back, what a flop that was. She sucked when she came back.
Well,
but
you're doing the same thing that they did to. Oh, well, because she came back not just for a cameo. She came
yeah,
back.
no, it wasn't
as
just a
housewife.
cameo.
Oh, okay.
It was the whole, like, but the first couple seasons with Danielle, that's Jersey that we'll never get again. It was honestly, like, that was our golden age of Jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want to know something fun?
Yes.
So Caitlin and I are really bad at geography.
Oh my
and
God, me
so
too.
we decided to fill out a map of the United States.
Oh, good.
And we did terrible, but and everyone was so shocked that I got New Jersey right. And what people don't understand is that at the beginning of Real Housewives of Jersey, their like logo is the state of New Jersey. And so
Oh, right.
I knew it.
And whoever says that Real Housewives isn't educational,
Exactly.
look at that.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, I am really bad. My kids call me Magellan. It's like a joke. They used to call me that. And Ken asked me the other day, is this place west of the highway? I'm like, I'm not fucking Christopher Columbus. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. It's close to this. I don't like people that talk like
Well,
that.
you know, I do have to tell you where I think it's supposed to be South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I put the beautiful state of New Orleans, which is a city, not a state.
Yes. Oh, you
so
thought it was a state. You didn't know it was Louisiana. See, I knew that.
Well, no, I have Louisiana down here because it's shaped like an L. But I have New Orleans right here because I was like, well, the good state of New Orleans, I'm pretty sure that's... And let me tell you my thought process. New Orleans,
Please.
I know that they get a lot of... they've had like... Isn't that where like Hurricane Katrina and stuff has happened?
Yes. Yeah.
So I thought, well, it's by the ocean. I didn't think this much ocean would cause that.
No.
You know?
No, right.
Because isn't
Let
like
me ask
Mexico
you a question.
right there?
This is
Yeah.
like a little bit advanced, but do you know what, when they say below the Mason-Dixon line, do you know where the Mason-Dixon line is?
The Mason-Dixon. No, I don't know where that is.
Me neither. It's the south somewhere. I asked Ken the other day, and he told me specifically where it was, and I could not retain the information. So
That's the same way I feel about card games. People are like, oh, do you want to play cards? And I'm like, no. And then they start to explain the game to me, and it's like...
I mean, I can only do like Go Fish and like War, right? Like
I
it's
can't
gotta
even
be
do
super
war.
basic.
So I used to volunteer at a juvenile facility, and I would go and mentor, and this kid kept trying to teach me how to play war, and I was like, can we just fucking go back to Uno, because I don't know how to do this.
I don't remember Uno either. Yeah,
Well,
I don't remember Uno.
I didn't remember either, but there's a little thing in there that explains it, and like those ones I can do. If it's got colored cards, that's a little bit easier for my brain. I can do Uno. I can do Skip-Bo. That's about it with cards.
Right.
And Go Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually against like my nieces and nephew.
I've played poker, like Texas Hold'em poker, but I don't remember any more.
No, not me.
And, but no, whatever. I have no ability to retain information anymore. That happens when you're older, but you know what could help with that?
What?
The microcurrents in this little $9.99
Yes.
device from Temu with a $2.99 shipping fee because there is no tariff on it. It really helps with so many things, including your cognitive health. So get one.
Good. Get one, guys. Wow.
Yeah, get one.
This microcurrents endorsed by Ana Quincoces, former Real Housewife of Miami,
Who bombed last season.
And who also
Was arrested.
has a DUI.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Okay. Exciting news is still coming out of this PK and Dorit situation, and it's not just them sitting at the baseball game. It is that we find out that PK's new mistress, if that's even what we call her, was at their wedding.
She was at their wedding
What a whore.
with Ryan Seacrest, no less.
Can we talk about Ryan Seacrest for a minute?
Yeah, we could talk about it because I know.
I just
stuff
wonder,
about Ryan
like,
Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest to me is somebody like there's a lot of skeletons in that closet, I believe. Like he's somebody like he's everywhere because I've heard this said before. It's like the banker who never takes a day off is because like they're trying to keep things hidden and under wraps that they've been doing.
Ponzi scheme. Everything's a Ponzi scheme.
And I feel like with Ryan Seacrest, he's so busy because he doesn't want people figuring something out, and I don't know what it is, you know?
Yeah. I think he can't get it up.
Oh,
is my
really?
understanding, and this is information I've had for a long time, but we've never talked about him.
Oh,
That he allegedly has a cocaine problem and has trouble keeping an erection. That's one thing. Another thing is
seems like if you get the erection thing, I mean, cocaine would be a hard one to get past, but an erection seems easy to.
And I think he's also, used to women that bring a lot to the bed.
Peg him.
No, I don't know necessarily if there's any strap-on situation.
Have you ever pegged somebody?
No.
Oh, okay.
God, no.
Oh, okay.
But
Judgy.
this girl, Shauna, whatever, just complete blind items that I've read. Maybe not true, guys. This is all allegedly. I may have gone into
and
Reddit
honestly,
to
some
see
of it's
this.
probably made up. Who knows?
Maybe it's made up, but so this one was from Reddit, which is such a reliable source. But apparently she carries a bag of tricks with her, okay, in sexual relationships. And then men get really into her because it's hard to compete with that. So she will wake up a man in the middle of the night with a black wig and call herself Persephone. And it's like,
Elvira.
don't turn around. Like she broke into his house and shit. And so when you come to
I don't like that bag of tricks.
No, it's kind of scary.
I'm gonna punch you in the face if you wake me up in the middle of the night and you've broken into my home. I'm gonna punch you in the face and scream so loud that I wake the neighbors up.
Look, I think that if you do that, men think you're crazy and they get scared, but they secretly love it, and then you come to expect that kind of stuff, and then a pillow princess is never going to excite you. And even somebody that's doing reverse cowboy, whatever, it's not going to be enough. You want Persephone with the black.
No. Listen, you're acting like you're a man. Let me tell you something. As a man who's barely straight, all right?
No, but powerful men like that shit. Because everything, and you're not as powerful as you think.
Excuse me, right now? Are you saying that I am...
That men that can get any woman, everything is all
Look at me! Look, I'm in a beautiful purple blouse, okay? I can get anybody I want. Look at my receding hairline and my giant forehead.
It's beautiful. You know what could help with that?
A microcurrent from Temu, $9.99 plus $2.99 shipping, no tariffs included.
Exactly.
Thank you. I honestly feel like for me, that's a scary bag of tricks. I don't want someone breaking into my house with a black wig on.
No.
Also, I don't like the whole wig thing. That's embarrassing.
It's just weird. It's weird, but like apparently he needs that in order to,
I think something that would be like hot for me would be like she woke me up and she's giving me a blowjob and then she's like, Also, I stopped and got you McDonald's, and it's like, fuck yeah! Oh yeah! Oh, wake up with a
What's your
blowy and
McDonald's
McDonald's.
order? What's your McDonald's order?
Okay. Now, this has changed a little bit throughout the years depending on how much I weigh. Okay. So, at my worst, it
Big
was a number 1, which is a Big Mac, large size with a Coke, double cheeseburger, 4-piece nugget. Yeah. Now, calm it down. Now I'm kind of, sometimes I'll get a Big Mac, but sometimes I just get 2 double cheeseburgers and still a large fry and a large Sprite.
Okay, not diet.
What do you get at McDonald's?
God.
Hot and spicy?
You're going to die when I say this.
Okay.
I rarely go. Okay.
Don't tell me it's a quarter pounder.
I'm more of a Burger King person, and I do like the Junior Whopper with cheese, no pickle, no tomato.
Ew.
But this old lady. I like the
Fish fillet.
Fillet of fish.
Oh, God. Oh, God. You can't have a filet of fish.
I do. Extra
gross.
tartar sauce.
Ew.
I know.
I tried one of those one time because I felt like people just acting like they were so good, and I was like, I can't do that.
They are good.
No, they're not.
They're good. They're good. I mean, I don't know.
No. I love a double cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, now this week we have a very special guest. And when I tell you, and I don't know what the episode's going to come out like because we've already recorded it. And what I want people to know is that right before we went on, Abby was telling us, Miss Abby Lee Miller of Dance Moms, of Abby Lee Dance Company, woman who I've always dreamed would yell at me one day. She said right before, she was like, don't watch Dance Moms anymore because I don't get residuals from it. And I was like, what? You don't get residuals? She's like, do you think if I got residuals, I'd be doing this podcast? And I was like,
but don't you love that about her?
That's what I wanted her to say.
Me too.
Me too. I couldn't have thought of anything better that she would say than that. That to me was like, thank you.
And she looks really good.
She does look great.
You know what I think she's been using?
Let me say something because I am somebody who always, like, I am a dog with a bone. I won't let it go either. And the fact that you're not going to let this Temu $9.99 plus $2.99 shipping go
on this episode
is it brings me so much joy. I can't wait till I get mine.
I'm sending it to you today.
I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
She looks great. I liked her so much.
Yes.
I've never seen Dance Moms. And now I don't want to watch it because she doesn't get residuals. But I need to know more about her. And by the way, she loves Long John Silver's.
Yes,
There's apparently
I saw.
a Long John Silver in
Omaha.
Omaha. There's
Yeah.
reason enough for me to go.
I've never had Long John Silver's. A lot of Taco Bells used to be teamed up with Long John Silver's, which I didn't like when you went through the drive-thru because you'd smell it. I preferred more the Taco Bells that were paired up with Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut, those were good. Yeah,
That
and
was
you
much
always
better.
did you always do Taco Bell or did you do both in your fat?
No,
stage?
I've always been loyalist to Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. I'm not a Taco Bell person.
Oh, okay.
I like
wow.
those little personal pan pizzas.
Those are good.
Yeah.
But no, I've always been a loyalist to Taco Bell. Taco Bell is probably my number one fast food place I would go. Yeah.
Right.
It's
Okay. And your order there? Dorito something?
Oh God.
No, right? That's
Do
gross.
I not look like a classy lady?
Yeah, you do.
I don't put out on the first date.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Actually, I'm just hoping. I'm like begging that they'll put out. I'm like, please ask me to put out, you know? I've never even been on a first date.
No. Well, you've been on one first date and that was it.
Honestly, we didn't even go on a first date because we were friends for 3 years before that. So it was like we just kind of naturally progressed into...
I say that you guys go on a first date and document the whole thing.
Okay. Do you think she'll put
to,
out?
Yeah, don't take her to where the sister wives break up, but take her to what's
Cheesecake
the really
Factory.
Fancy, no, the
We
really
get
fancy
Ratatouille to
restaurant.
make our food.
Right. No, but the really good restaurant that you go up.
Josephine's?
Yeah.
Go upstairs in the
Go
attic?
upstairs. Yeah.
I don't know if there's good airflow up there, but I'll consider that.
Right.
I hope that she puts out. Honestly, I feel like if I were to date now, if I had to get back out on the dating scene, it's like, hey, I pick you up. I'm taking you out to a fancy dinner, and it's like, you know what? We might be full after this meal. Do you just want to suck it real quick, like just before we eat?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea because, then you get your money's worth right up front. Mm-hmm.
I honestly feel like if I had a date right now, I'd be a whore.
Yeah.
Just a whore.
And like if she does and she swallows, then she can order the lobster. But if she doesn't, you make her order off the kids' menu.
I don't understand. Like, why does it matter if she swallows or not? As long as I can cum in her mouth, I don't care what she does with it. She spits it out, whatever. Just don't make me cum on myself. When
they go like, and then they run and spit it out somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Anyways, back to Abby Lee Miller, who would not be happy that we're talking about coming and swallowing.
Oh, I don't think she would care.
Oh, I think she'd be very disappointed in us. But you know what, guys? Abby Lee Miller is going to join us this week, and it is an interview I dreamed one day I would get to have, and dreams come true here at Herdat because
both you and Caitlin and I very generously offered to let you and Caitlin do that. I just want everybody to know.
But I do want people to know that before they listen to that interview on Thursday, that I was told by the length of the meeting that we had an hour with Abby Lee. And at 30 minutes, they were like, wrap this shit up. And so had I known we only had 30 minutes, the interview would have gone very differently and I would have moved through questions faster. I thought we were going to get like her early days and then on the show and then where she is now in her life. And we had to fly through it. So
right. I do think we did still get some really good stuff. And I think she's very open and I think she's very, I thought she was great. I liked her so much. I really did.
I love her.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but this was before we were recording, but I'm going to have Cam included somehow because it's going to be my ringtone, where she said, she looks like Denise Richards. And I don't know if she was talking about you or me.
I think it was me.
I think it was you, but I want to clarify.
Okay.
Because,
I'm pretty sure
it was you too.
Yeah.
And I know.
I think especially once I start using my microcurrent from
for
Temu.
For sure.
I would look so good with the facelift. I'm just going to do the lower facelift.
If it was me, she was talking about, I credit this little device right here.
$9.99 plus $2.99 shipping, no TRFs.
And I know little Adam will say things like, yeah, you look like Denise Richards after the accident or with a thyroid condition. I know. Give me my moment. Give me my moment. I know, Adam.
Well, maybe he'll say, like, in Abby's illness, did it affect her eyesight?
Maybe.
But I want Up and Adam to know that if he's listening, man, like, I love you so much, and I thank you so much, and please only say nice things about me. You know what? If Up and Adam's listening, Anna, you deserve that attack. How dare you?
How dare
you?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, it's true.
How dare you?
It's true. I need to go back to law school, and I bombed.
Oh.
It's true. The truth is the truth. It cannot be denied.
Yeah. Listen, the amount of times that you have to ask me for legal advice is just crazy. And so
I know. Thank God for your constituents.
Thank God for the constituents. Thank God for the fact that when I went to law school, I did so amazingly because, that's just who I am.
Thank God.
I honestly, I walked in to do the bar and they're like, oh, Ace Fanning, you're fine. You don't need to do the bar. You're good to go, baby.
They said no bar, not even the baby bar?
Nope. They just passed me. They gave me my little attorney's driver's license thing and I was good to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't even make me redo my credentials every so often either. I'm just on auto subscribe.
Are you really? You don't even have to pay. I just had to pay my dues.
No,
recently.
they want me as the face of law.
I agree. All right.
Well,
what
guys,
else? Do we have anything else? No, that's it. That's all we got for you guys for today.
Yes. We had a lot of stupid shit to say, but enjoy our interview with Abby Lee this week. And we apologize once again for our interview last week.
I think we make up for it a little bit.
I think so. I was telling Caitlin, I was like, God, you know what? This interview sucked, but Anna and I were really we were on one, and that was fun.
And people notice because people have gotten to know our thing. And thank you so much to our listeners and
constituents.
Constituents, you guys, for really understanding our sense of humor and for having a sense of humor yourself. That is an absolute requirement to listen to Reality Court. It is.
Yes.
There's a lot of PG stuff out there and a lot of really nice things and people saying nice things about other people. It's not us.
No.
You wouldn't believe it. We can't sell
and to
that.
the people, to the podcast that came out again, and when the podcast came out about Jen Fessler, they didn't say Reality Court, did they? Or they said Reality Court, but they didn't say our names. I just want my name.
Oh,
now there was an article that came out about the Jen Fessler.
That said your name.
And it said Ace Fanning and Ana Quincoces, and I was like,
should be.
put my name first, baby.
Yeah, man. Isn't your sister wives like number 2 last week or 3?
Oh, listen, I don't know. So
Yeah, it was.
Anyways,
It was. I check.
thank you. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget, leave us a 5-star review, nothing less. We just want you guys to tell us that we're beautiful and that everything we do is right and smart and that Ana is so great at law, but I'm even better at law. And don't forget, head over to temu.com/realitycourt. Get your microcurrents.
Yes.
So thank you. Thank you, Herdat. Thank you, Ana. Thank you, Cam. I'm not even going to say thank you to Pat anymore. He just ignores us and pretends we don't even
what's going on,
exist,
Pat?
especially
We
when
love you.
Abby Lee shows up.
Unrequited love.
Unrequited
It's okay.
love. I don't even know what that means, but yes, guys. And apologies to New Orleans, the beautiful state of New Orleans. I'm sorry that I didn't realize that you were a part of Louisiana. So,
Yeah.
All right.
And the Mason-Dixon line. And thank
Yes.
you, Beyonce. And
Thank
don't
you,
forget,
Beyonce.
like Adam says, pop off in the comments, subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.